Hi Stampin' friends, it's Tina Shaw from tinashaws.blogspot.com, and today I just wanted to show you how I made this cute little carrier with the little cups and how I decorated it, and how to make your own pattern for your cups, and just let's get started with that. So, to cut out the cup liner that I did right here, there is no die. So what you have to do is you have to sacrifice one of your cups. So all I did was kind of roll this up a little bit and then just pulled it apart, and I used an X-Acto knife to cut around this part of the inside, and then you're gonna, once you get it apart, you're just gonna take and snip off with your scissors this little rolled edge, and then this is your pattern right there. So all I did then, I've cut my first one out, and then, which was right here, so then I just laid down my second one, and I just took a pencil and just outlined this. And then when I cut out, I noticed that I kind of got mine a little, I guess a little large. So I did have to go back and trim it again. So you'll just have to experiment with your first one and see how it's going to run. So I think on this one I'm going to cut on the inside of my line. So then all you do after you cut it out is just make sure it fits, number one, try it around your cup, and then just glue it on the back. And I started gluing it at the seam. Yeah, I did this one a couple of times so I could show you how I did that. Super easy, just takes a minute. So here we go. This one might be just a little bit right here. All right, so then I'm going to take a cup, and then I'm going to start on this side here. See, again, I still got it a little bit too long right here. And go on the inside of my mark, and then that'll just go around, and then it's going to overlap just a little bit, so it's on the inside of the seam right here, and just kind of push it up under the lip, and then push all the way around. And it fits perfectly because we use the original cup to make the pattern. So there's the cup. It's not hard, it just takes a minute. And then just press and make sure your glue is sealed all the way there. And then next we're going to make the little wrap piece. So I cut out the cozy pieces, and you cut out 2 of those, and then I also have cut out the little scalloped edge, and so you have one long one and one shorter one, and you're going to cut out 4 of those for each cup. And then after I cut these out, I ran them through my cut and emboss machine with the wrapped in texture embossing folder, so it should look like a real one like you get from a coffee shop. So now I'm going to take my liquid multi-purpose glue, and I'm just going to put some glue right on that tab, and so I'm going to put that tab and this piece together, and you just barely want to overlap those. Give it a good rub. And then I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to put some glue along the top. The top is where the longer scalloped. I cut these out, of course, in early espresso. And so I'm going to line it right up with the edge. And then I want to check over here to make sure that I get it even. And I have it. Okay. And that looks pretty good. So I did that. And then I'm going to put on the other longer piece. And I'm going to, I think, overlap that one just a smidgen, just to get it right at the end. I'm going to pull this one out a little bit. So it just makes a cute little scallop edge on the cozy. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. See why I need that silicone mat. Hi, miss. Okay, so now I'm going to put this way right here. And down a little bit. Like that. And then take the other piece. Again, try to line it up at the edge. That looks pretty good. Okay. And then I just give it a good rub, like that. Now I'm going to let that dry just a second, because then we're going to glue this tab to the other end. And while we're waiting, I'm going to take my pieces. Now I've already gone ahead and cut these out as well. This is just a little stitched circle piece, and this one I actually stamped using the stamp from Warm Hugs. It's this one, Warm Hugs to You, all season long, and I stamped that in early espresso. And then I cut it out with this die, and that actually does cut the center out. And then I cut out this die with the Pear Pizzazz, and then I cut out the little heart shape, and I just used the piece of the red foil. So what I do is I just put some glue on the back of this piece. And I just put it onto here. And then I'm going to glue this one right on top of there. See, here's my finished one. And then I'm going to try to get it to say the Warm Hugs to You up to the top. Let's see, this one I did it like that. Hugs was up at this point. And then I used a dimensional to pop up my little heart. And then I just put that right there. So now this piece is ready to pop onto the front of this one as soon as this one dries. So we're going to set that over there too. I took a 2-inch by 5 inches, and I in Pear Pizzazz, and so what I did was I used my scallop tag topper and punched this out, and then I ran this through the other little embossing folder that's in the same set. There's 2 of these. These are little dots, and this is like a little weave. So I ran that through there, and then I just put in, just looped in a piece of the cute little ribbon that is in the holiday catalog that came with this suite. And this is called Real just real red. It's like a little braid. Okay, so I did that. And then I took a piece of crumb cake and cut it 1 inch by 4 inches. And I used my triple banner punch, and I just put it in here and cut out the banner. And then I used the Mossy Meadow and just used the little stamp that came in the other set. Was it? Yeah, this set, the Wrapped in Christmas set. And then I stamped on a piece of scrap white. I stamped this stamp here. It says, "Let the joy of the season fill your heart." And I used real red ink. And then I used the next to the largest stitched circle die and cut that out. And so now I'm just going to take and glue this piece onto here. This one is kind of a case of the catalog tag. Let me show you. It's on page 10. See how they did that? I just thought that was really, really cute. Only I don't have the stars. Oh well. And so then what I'm going to do is just pop this little circle up with some dimensionals. And so I just mostly want to go down the center because this kind of goes off the edge a bit. Get these backs off. And then I'm just going to put that right onto there, if I can get it straight. There we go. And now I'm going to pull my little box back in, my carrier. And all I did, I think, did I already tell you this, is a 1.5 inch strip of designer series paper. And I cut it twice. So I had 2 strips of 1.5 by 12 because this is the designer series are 12 by 12 sheets. So what I did was I cut 2, and so I glued my first one down, and then I glued the second one down over top of it and just trimmed off the extra. And then I did the same thing with, this is just the opposite side of this paper. See, here's the little piece that I had extra. So you could either, you can use either side. So I just used the opposite side. That's a 1/2 inch strip, and then I just glued those together before I glued it down to the box. So now this is the cute ribbon. This is my first time making the little carrier, by the way. I've had it since the catalog first came out, and I just have not gotten around to doing anything with it yet. So I've just been really busy with fall cards and a few poinsettia cards. I love those. So anyhow, this is called Mossy Meadow, and I think it is the diagonal stripe ribbon. And I just cut me off about 18 inches, it looks like. And so I just tied this around here. I'm gonna leave it a little loose so I can loop my red piece through it. So there's that. And then I'm going to take this one and just go like that, and then just tie this piece here around that one. And it hanging down just a little bit. And if I would have left it longer, I could have done a little bow. Let's see if I can. So just try, there we go. That works. It's kind of little. That's cute. Okay, so there's that. Whoops, almost pulled it out. Pulled him out. All right, so now that piece onto there, looking really cute. do just want to angle my ends on my ribbon. I always like to make it look trimmed off like that. Now, for the top of my cup, my lid, all I did was punch out a this is a 1 3/4 inch circle punch, and I just punched that out. I found that the ones that I used on the front, I thought they would fit on the lid, but they're too big. It sits up on this little thing that pops up. So I just used that punch. You could use a die, a circle die, or you could use the punch if you have one. And then I took Mossy Meadow ink pad and a scrap of white. And then I used May Your Days Be Merry and Bright, and that is from the Wrapped and Christmas set. So I've used both of the sets making this. You know, you can use whatever you like, but since I have them both, I figured why not? Right? Okay, so then I cut that out with the 1 1/2 because I didn't want it with a hole in the circle on this particular one that goes with that die. So then all I did was I just glued this down to here like that. Isn't that cute? I love the green and red for Christmas. And then I just put me some glue on the back of that. And then I just glued that down on my lid. And that way it fits. And it just decorates your lid as well. And now, I think this should be dry. So I'm going to go ahead. If I had Stampin' Seal Plus, I would use that. But I haven't got it yet because I still have the Fast Fuse, which is pretty similar. I'm just going to really put quite a bit on there. So now I'm just going to put this, I'm trying to get the little point, 2 points, like right down in the center here, like that. You know, that one's pretty dry. Now, all you're going to do is just slide this in your cup. Put your cup in here. Easier said than done today. Okay, that in there. And then you put your lid on. But before you do that, I just got a K-Cup hazelnut coffee, some raisin chocolate caramels, and put that in there, like that. And then I put these in here. Put my lid on better. There we go. And there it is. Is that cute or what? I think it's adorable. So I will be posting this, the written dimensions on my blog, and that is tinashaws.blogspot.com, and my Stampin' Up! Store is tinashaw.stampinup.net. And if you need a demonstrator, I'm here for you. I will help you with your Stampin' Up! Needs. And until next time, thanks for joining me, and have a great day. Bye.